Hey, what's up, y'all? In today's video, I'm going to be putting together a mystery pack for two kids, and I want to take you through my thought process, and I love this. This is super fun for me, so yeah, let's do it. Essentially, what happened is my wife was visiting some friends, and their kids are getting to be that age where they're getting into sports, baseball mostly, and so the oldest is 7, the younger one is 3. So yeah, we're gonna put together a pack for both of them, and I'll kind of walk you through my logic here. So the older kid 7, he started playing baseball. So I asked my wife, what's who's his favorite team, who are his favorite players, and she said he doesn't have a favorite team yet. They're in Mississippi, so I don't know if I don't think Mississippi has a pro team. They don't. But he's a big Willie Mays fan. So I don't know if he knows that Willie Mays literally just died last week, but greatest player of all time, so can't blame him. I only have one Willie Mays card in my entire collection, so I'm going to give it to him. Just a Topps Archive, rainbow foil, nothing huge, but kind of a great image, say, hey, Willie. Hey, there's a great documentary on Willie Mays on HBO, or Max, if you want to watch. It's really cool. That dude, the fact that he is not the GOAT in baseball is kind of wild to me. But anyway, so a couple Giants stickers. He was New York Giants were the first MLB team he played for, and then they moved to San Francisco in the 50s. So threw a couple cards in for him. And then, a big thing for me is I want to introduce him to sort of the current stars, right? Who's going through who are the big boys in the MLB, right? So we got Aaron Judge, we got Ronald Acuna, Spencer Steer. Some cool inserts. Obviously, some Astros trying to manipulate him there. And you can't have, a star-spangled pack without some Trout and Otanis, right? And then, just a few, a few parallels that were kind of cool. Nothing too crazy. Also, I think the father-son part of this is really big, right? So, who were the guys that were coming up when his dad, maybe, was into this, and maybe they can talk about this stuff together. So that's kind of why I threw in some Derek Jeter, maybe Frank Thomas, David Ortiz, a few Roger Clemens, Wade Boggs, some pitchers. Then you start to get into those guys that are the greats, right? Ryan Sandberg just had his statue unveiled at Wrigley. Bo Jackson, they're in Mississippi. Hopefully that won't cause any problems. If you don't know, Auburn he's a running back at Auburn, and Auburn is SEC football is big. I'll leave it at that. So then you've got the legends, right? And this is the Willie Mays-esque kind of players. So Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, obviously Mantle is in there. Roger Hornsby, Ernie Banks. You can't have it without Nolan Ryan, right? I mean, Nolan Ryan was pitching against freaking Willie Mays, and then and then some of these other guys we were just looking at. Jackie, Dusty, I'm trying to manipulate. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, trying to make him an Astros fan. So we got a game-used relic for him, a couple manufactured relics. Those ones. I'll be honest with you, I'm just trying to get rid of. So, Chas McCormick autograph, and then rodeo. He's really into rodeo apparently. So a little belt buckle card, an autograph rodeo card we hit in a random pack a few years ago, and then this guy I think is really fun, Booger Butt. I mean, what 7-year-old kid won't find that hilarious? So that'll be good. So his little brother's 3, and if you don't know anything about brothers, it's a little competitive, right? You can't give something to just one brother. You got to give something to both. But a 3-year-old can barely read, so you just got to make it look fair, right? So I literally just grabbed a bunch of Series 2 base that I had. Don't worry, I checked to see if the one-of-ones were in there, Series 1 base, whatever the hidden one-of-ones are. And then some random Chrome cards that I had. There's a few refractors and things in here. Some parallels, stars of MLB, maybe a couple inserts. But nothing huge, just I just want the 3-year-old to kind of look through cool pictures, right? And I'll tell you something about modern cards. The images on modern cards these days are awesome. There's some really cool photos, especially when you get into the Astros cards this year, of people going up for this is perfect. Look at this image. TJ Friedel just going up for a ball. I mean, I feel like this is such a cool age for like photography, right? So I that's for the little kid and to be like his brother, right? So that's my thinking. I mean, nothing huge here. Just a few cards. I mean, I'm not putting them even in top loaders. I imagine a 7-year-old and 3-year-old, all that. I'll let the dad, walk them through how to take care of them and put them into binders and stuff like that. But I love doing this kind of thing. I love putting together stuff for my family, my friends. It's just such a fun hobby, and like I feel like so many people like sports that if they get a really cool card, they're like, man, that's awesome. You thought of me. Like, you knew my favorite player and you went out and you found a card of my favorite player, and that means a lot. Like, I think we all, especially if you're a fan of football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever, you all kind of have that like dream of, oh man, I want like my favorite player's jersey up on the wall, like autograph or bat or whatever. And then, you get married and maybe the decoration or style is a little bit different, right? Well, the beauty of a card is like you can get an autograph or a relic, or hell, an autographed relic, right? And it just sits on your desk. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I know I got 2 giant, jerseys behind me, but this is my office and I can do that. So, it's a little different, but yeah. So, I mean, I'd love to hear from y'all. If you have any tips on if you're putting together repacks for kids or like gifts for kids, what do you like to include? Any good ideas? I'd love to share them. I'd love to hear them. And if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and we'll do it again soon. Thanks for watching, y'all.